With Doubtnut, get instant video solutions to all your maths, physics, chemistry, and biology doubts. Just click the image of the question, crop the question, and get instant video solution. Download Doubtnut app today.
In this question, we have to select the statement which is related to Karl Ernst von Baer. Now, von Baer was a German scientist who gave us a few generalizations about the embryonic development or the ontogeny in animals. According to von Baer, or according to von Baer's law, he believed that the general characters or the general features would appear earlier or would appear first in the embryonic development, and it is only at a later stage or a final stage of development that the specialized characters are going to develop. Because we all know that not only in our animal world, in our entire living world, we have divided the organisms into a large number of convenient categories in the form of a hierarchy, where the organisms that have a lot of similarities are placed in the same group, and those which are different from each other, they are placed in the different groups. So suppose we talk about the most well-known animal group. Suppose we are talking about the vertebrates here. So a lot of different groups come under the vertebrates also. We have our fishes, then our amphibians, after this we have our reptiles, and finally our birds and the mammals. So if we talk about the general characteristics, in all of the vertebrates we are going to find some common things, such as the presence of a vertebral column. But as we go further and further in the hierarchy, the number of similarities is going to increase. So if we talk about all the vertebrates, they are supposed to have vertebral column. Then if we talk only about a particular group, they are also going to have some specialized characteristics which are unique to them, such as in the case of the mammals, what is the unique characteristic? They have functional mammary glands to produce milk, and they have hair on their skin. Similarly for birds, the specialized feature is going to be feathers. So according to von Baer, during their embryonic development, when the baby is developing, when the fetus is developing inside the egg or inside the mother's body, what is going to happen? The general characteristics are going to appear first, and these specialized characteristics will come at a later stage in the life history or in the embryonic development. And on the basis of von Baer's law, later Haeckel also gave us the biogenetic law, where he stated that ontogeny repeats phylogeny, which means that the embryonic development of any organism is just a representation of its evolutionary history. So the mammals have slowly developed from the fishes. The fishes are the first group which came in the vertebrates. Then other groups such as amphibians and reptiles appeared, and finally we had our birds and mammals. So that is what we are going to see during their ontogeny, during their embryonic development. First, the embryo is going to have fish-like features. It is going to have gill slits. Then, slowly during the embryonic development, the embryo moves towards the specialized features, and we can distinguish it from the fishes, amphibians and reptiles. But during the initial stages, during the early stages, all of the vertebrates have a similar embryo. So this is what Karl von Baer says. He says that during ontogeny, the general characteristics are appearing initially, and then the specialized characters are seen at a much later stage. So let us look at the statements that have been given to us. In the first statement, they are saying embryos never pass through the adult stages of other animals. So this is our correct statement over here. According to von Baer's law, the embryo is never going to resemble the adult of any other group. On the other hand, instead, it is going to show some general characteristics which are similar, but the specialized characteristics are going to separate the embryo from the other groups eventually. In all of the other statements, if we read them, First, they are saying comparative anatomy shows differences among organisms of today and those that existed years ago. The statement is not right. If we compare the anatomy and morphology of the extinct organisms and the organisms that we find today, there are going to be many fundamental similarities because their descent is common. They are descending from some common ancestor somewhere along the line. Similarly, they are saying certain features during embryonic stages are common to all vertebrates that are absent in the adult. Again, the general characteristics are similar, but here we have to address both the general and special characteristics. So therefore, the statement is not related to von Baer's law. And finally, they have given us the statement of the biogenetic law that Haeckel has given us. So the statement is correct, but it is not related to von Baer. So our correct answer is option A. Embryos will not pass through adult stages of other animals because von Baer distinguished between the generalized and the specialized characteristics during embryonic development.
For class 6 to 12, IIT JEE and NEET level. Trusted by more than 5 crore students. Download Doubtnut app today.